tear and snap as 6 figures emerge from the ground, their bones bleach white, stained by centuries of rest beneath the soil. Pulsing vines of black-violet twist and writhe around each skeletal figure as they wrench themselves free from the earth. And for the first time as adults now, I need you all to roll initiative.
I'm scared.
Saoirse.
17.
Nice.
I was having a beverage.
Magnus.
22.
But
I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Brody.
12.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, for me, for initiative, not bad.
And Arik.
14.
Magnus, you see as these creatures pull themselves up from the grounds, these pulsing violet vines that just kind of they almost like twist, and you can hear the creaking of the bones as they're being ambulated almost by the vines.
I'm gonna look over at Saoirse and say, excuse me for a second. And I'm just gonna like draw a bit of the flame from your hair off into my hand, and it'll swell, and then I'll throw a firebolt at the closest zombie to me, the one kind of just in front and off to the side a little.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. 19.
19 definitely hits. Go ahead and
Hit the skeleton.
it does. Go ahead and roll damage.
Gentleman's 2.
Nice.
You don't have any addition?
Not to firebolt.
No,
It's just.
I forget spells.
But maybe fire hurts them more? Question mark. I don't know.
I finally get to use this.
Oh, tiny little.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit, that's cool.
I need to get those so bad.
Yeah.
I was about to look it up online like an idiot.
You goofball. You goofy little
So
goober.
are
Poop.
you pulling out like the ones you choose or what?
The ones I've chosen I've already put at the front.
Okay.
Smart.
So, Magnus, you toss it at the nearest skeleton. As it hits, you see the skeleton itself stays relatively stationary. A chip of the shoulder actually breaks off and takes the collarbone and a little bit of the humerus with it. The vines themselves actually retract. They really did not like that. You almost hear this like hissing, squealing sound. Is that your whole turn? Do you want to stand where you are, move around anywhere?
I'll say, they don't like fire, and then I'm gonna just scooch back a little bit so I'm not in front of what's going on.
You take a couple of steps back, kind of centering yourself behind an arc of friends, and prepare yourself for what comes next. That is going to be Saoirse.
Yeah, I'm gonna, from my back, pull my warhammer
Hell
in
yeah.
both hands, and I'm gonna kind of start winding it up all the way to like behind my shoulder, and I'm gonna run towards the closest zombie to me. I'm just gonna kind of like, with that wind up, go right for their midsection. Like
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just kind of trying to take out their whole middle.
So there are 6 of these creatures that are standing all around your group in like an arc. You go for the one on your left, rushing over to the side just next to the one that Magnus threw fire at, and swing your warhammer.
17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 10 points of damage.
Ooh, damn. You rush forward, you swing the warhammer, and you actually take out the spine, which there's this brief moment where the spine shatters and vertebrae are scattered in the dirt nearby, and the skeleton kind of like teeters before the vines tighten and just, he's like a foot shorter now, but still standing. You see gripping in his hand, he's got this aged sword that is rusted and can't be considered sharp anymore. The handle, the hilt of the sword itself has long weathered and crumbled away, and he's just grabbing it by the tines.
I believe that's all I can do on my turn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like widen my stance and get ready.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna knock you over.
Wide stance, my guy.
That brings us to Arik Sovir.
I have total faith in Saoirse and her ability. I do, but I'm worried. I'm
Not
so
so
scared.
much.
No.
Well, no, Magnus is like back and safe. I think I'm gonna be like panicked about this thing being so close to you. So I'm actually gonna attack it too, because I don't want it to hurt you. So they like reach into their robes and they pull out like bells, like kind of jingling, and like throws them up into the air. And with this tinkling sound, there's like a light that fills the air, and there is this flash that is directed towards this one that is in front of Saoirse.
Oh yeah.
So wisdom saving throw.
As the bells toll out, all of your minds kind of leap back to that moment as children up in the bell tower with similar vine-like creatures rushing towards your city. That is only a 10.
14.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So
Fails and has taken damage already, so this is going to be a D12 of damage.
okay, well it's only a 3.
All right. 3 points of necrotic damage to the one that Saoirse was fighting, correct?
Yes.
All right. This beam shoots forth from the bell as it rings in the vicinity, and a whole chunk of the skull, from the eye socket to the skull's cap, just blasts off. And you see as like more vines kind of crawl out from the hole and stabilize as it's kind of like shifting now. Do you stay put or do you move anywhere?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a kind of protective stance with Brody back there. Or sorry, Magnus, yeah.
Excellent. So you rush over, kind of stand in front of Magnus, leaving him space to cast around you. In case anyone approaches you, you'll be the first thing that they arrive at. All right. That's going to bring us to the zombies.
I'm always nuts.
They all begin shambling forward. A couple of them don't make it quite far enough to be a problem for anyone, as 2 of them on the right side are headed for Arixovir and Magnus. The 3rd and 4th zombies shamble towards Magnus. Only one of them makes it. He's going to swing his rusted blade at you.
Do you mean me?
Yes.
Yes.
He rushes forward with that rusted blade, and he's going to swing at you as you take the hit, like right on the collarbone. You don't hear a snap, but there's a heavy thud. Before you even can react, first you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Cool.
And you feel this almost like sinking feeling in your stomach, this tightening of a pit there, before there's a shooting pain through your arm, and suddenly you look down and you see something you haven't seen in a long time. Is this bone and sinew blade has formed in your hand. The other 2 rush up to Saoirse. Rather, one was already on you that you've been kind of trading blows with. Another one rushes up next to you. They're both going to attempt to attack you as well with their rusted blades. That's a natural 20 on the first hit. Let's handle this first.
Is it something about our marriage?
Okay.
I think it's cute aggression.
Also, for you guys, we're going to go back to the standard crit rules that we would normally use. We're not going to do the fang and fur stuff. Okay. So this will just be roll the die, double it, add your modifiers. You take 3 points. I rolled a 1 on a d8. 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the first strike, which was a crit. The second one swipes out as well and hits for 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm at 4.
Woo!
All right.
Let's go.
So yeah, these rusted blades, they're dealing like a bludgeoning damage, but you know, they're breaking the skin still because that rust there is just kind of like scraping as you take these blows and feeling it to the bone. That is all of the zombies. That's going to bring us to Brody.
Fucking hell.
What should we do? Should we run?
I want to run so bad, but I know if I give the skeleton an opening, he's going to do it. So with my offhand, I'm going to cast Hex on him.
What does that look like?
Should I keep going with blood type shit, or?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah.
So mad.
I think from my
Squirt blood at him like a...
open wound, yeah, I kind of fling some of my blood on him.
Yeah, you toss the blood almost haphazardly,
Yeah.
and it's like almost magnetized. It's drawn towards him, and as it hits, everywhere that it hits, steam starts to rise.
Okay.
As you cast Hex.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck? Did you know he could do this?
And then, yeah, I'll make my attack.
Yeah, and there's no hiding it at this point. Saoirse, you probably haven't noticed because you are being
Yeah,
harried.
I think I'm blissfully unaware.
Yeah, you're facing away,
Yeah.
being harried by a pair of these vine skeletons.
I have nothing in my hand, and suddenly I've got this weird, almost like blood and bone.
Yeah. Magnus and Arixovir, you both saw what even Brody didn't see because he was being hit at the time, but you see as it looks like he starts bleeding profusely from his hand, but it's freezing almost like an icicle, and this jut of bone shoots out. You can see his forearm like shifting. It seems like his own bone has somehow come out and then reconstituted in his arm to form this blade.
You good?
Bonus action Hex.
And action attack.
All right.
How are you attacking?
I think it's still out of surprise and like
Oh,
trying
you're
to
just
get
like
away.
reacting?
Yeah. It's gonna be 4, so that really... I
4
kinda-
total?
9.
9 exactly hits.
Oh, shit!
We're at an early level. You gotta, you can't make assumptions.
I assume if I roll a 4, it's not gonna hit.
You know, these guys are
No,
slow
I
and
kind of
shambling.
like lean back and then swipe. I think I hit him just right in the jaw.
Yeah. You see as like the vines pull away trying to avoid themselves, but the bone that gets hit is still the structure that they require. So it does deal damage.
And then you roll max damage. That'd be
Yeah,
super.
right. 11?
You take out the jaw snaps off, the vines pull away, the entire head falls off, as does one of the arms. So you're facing this like vine-like skeleton that is just one arm with a rusty blade, still standing, but shaky now.
Still shambling.
Very good.
There's no point in running, so I'm staying there.
All right, that's going to bring us back to the top of the round with Magnus.
They're incredibly slow. If we back up at our normal pace, they won't be able to keep up, and we can hit them, and they won't be able to get to us. Just don't let them hit you as you're
They're
moving
already
back.
on me!
Well, get back. And then I'm gonna start chanting the incantation for magic missile, which is like the only spell slot I have left. After casting mage armor earlier.
Okay.
I'm going to make the projectiles, like the magic missiles themselves, look like that cool dagger that Saoirse just gave me.
Hell
So it's
yeah.
gonna be like, as I'm making the hand motions and casting the incantation, like you'll see like the arcane energy start to just like appear as filaments, like from the hand motions, and then those will solidify into the projectiles, and then I'll shoot them all 3 of them off at different targets. I'm gonna hit the one that just attacked Brody, and then the 2 that are fighting Saoirse.
Excellent.
Are each gonna get 1.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, there's no roll required from me, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so the one fighting Brody is gonna get 5 damage. Force damage.
Yeah. What does it look like when it's destroyed by the dagger?
The dagger's gonna fly just right into its center of mass and turn it into splinters as
Yeah.
it explodes.
Yeah, it explodes. You see the vines screech as they like almost dissolve away along the vines, and the bones just fall to the ground.
The next one's gonna go to the one that we've been damaging a lot already. that
Yeah, the
Saoirse's
kind of like
taken away.
shorter
short
one.
one?
Yeah, so that's 4 damage, force damage to that one.
That one is also destroyed. The vines burn away, and it falls.
And then finally the last one that,
I turn back and salute to Magnus.
and then that's another 4 damage to that one, force damage also.
Magnus, do you stay put where you are, or are you going to move further away?
I'm gonna back up, not a ton, but just like at a brisk jog,
I like
backwards
this
jog,
little backwards.
and I'm gonna reiterate.
Mall walk.
I'm gonna reiterate. Back up, everyone, back up. They can't get to us if we just back up.
Yeah,
We're already on us.
you do so.
Back up a lot for you guys that are up front, but just get back where I'm at, and we'll just keep backing up, and they can't get us.
That's going to bring us to Saoirse. You see as this like glowing illuminated version of
I'm gonna die.
It's fine. Don't worry.
this illuminated version of the dagger that you forged for Magnus rushes past you and destroys the one that you've been harrying with, and burns away a lot of the vines on the one still remaining. One of its arms goes slack, as does one of the legs, before the vines kind of like shift and spread out to ambulate the leg again.
I'm gonna wipe some blood off of my face. And I'm gonna swing back and overhead and try to just kind of nail this thing right in the top of the skull.
Hell yeah. Treat him like an anvil.
Okay, that's an 18.
It absolutely hits.
Hell yeah.
Double their armor class.
11 points of damage.
What does it look like as you hammer it into the
I
ground?
just bring that skull all the way down through the bottom of the pelvis.
Hell
it
yeah.
just kind of goes through itself into the ground.
Amazing.
Yeah, the skull is like fully intact, breaking through its own body until it reaches the ground and is crushed by your hammer. The vines shred and wriggle beneath the hammer, pinning it to the ground before falling still.
And I'm gonna sidestep over to Brody.
Okay.
What? He told you to back up? What are you doing?
You see as Saoirse crushes one of them.
Fine.
Saoirse crushes one of them into the ground, wipes some blood, and then jogs over to Brody and like stands with the ready with the hammer.
Nobody ever listens to me.
And by jog, I mean limps. With your 2 hit points.
We're doing good.
We're doing great.
That's gonna bring us to Arik.
Arik's gonna run over to the two of them, like pulling out a little flask and pulling it open with their teeth, and like looking at both of you and just seeing random blood coming out of you is like, I don't even know what to do. And so I pour it on you, and the stuff that I pour on you isn't actually anything. It's just like a family cure-all that's basically just a placebo.
Okay.
But I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah. It's like the liquid.
magic.
Yeah, the liquid doesn't do anything. It's the rubbing of the liquid into.
Exactly that. Okay, so 1d8.
Gran needs
4.
3-step.
That just smells like cinnamon.
Cinnamon and moss water. It's very, very potent. That's gonna be 9 plus 9.
Damn. Hell yeah.
That's almost full.
Hell yeah.
See, it's good I came over here. Look at him. Because
Okay,
now,
and then
what is that? Which bone is that?
it's not normal. I don't know what to do about that. And I'm gonna back up.
I think he's already dead.
I'm going to listen to Magnus.
You back up, basically right in front of Magnus again.
Oh, within reach of me.
Just 2.
Arik, at the end of your turn, could I have you make a Wisdom saving throw?
Nice. Well, this will be fun. 18.
Excellent.
I don't know what that was. It was
Brings
just
us to the zombies.
a little tingle in my brain.
No, you actually don't feel anything.
Oh,
This one's gonna step over to Saoirse.
no. I want to make a bunch of noise. Like, hey, hey, over here.
Ooh. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. It's an 11.
They might roll bad.
That's a natural 1.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
As you begin calling out and waving your arms, one of the furthest corpses away begins shambling towards you. It's odd because it's like, it doesn't like shift its head in your direction. It just almost like turns backwards and
Oh,
just like
God.
is shambling towards you.
I immediately regret this. I made a mistake.
The other 2 that remain, one of them is going to go towards Saoirse and swing at you.
Okay.
16 exactly hits unless you have anything you can do about
I
it.
cannot.
All right. You take exactly 2 points of damage.
Nice.
It could have been
And
a very
Saoirse.
bad wow.
And the other one swings at Magnus. Or, sorry, at Brody.
There we go.
That's definitely going to hit
Bad news bears.
We'll see him.
for 8
Can I-
points of damage.
Oh, I'm
I
down.
would like to use interception.
Oh, yeah.
When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus.
Ooh, damn.
Oh,
Okay.
Fucking
Yes.
hell.
I reduced it by 7 points.
Nice. So you take
take
1 point of bludgeoning
Still
damage.
standing.
What does it look like as you intercept the strike?
I like take a hit from the zombie on me, like to the shoulder, and I like swing my hammer in front of the other one so that there's just like a nick to
Like it
his
starts
nose.
to hit me and then you hit it, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That is all of the zombies. That's going to bring us to Brody.
If I run, I take a hit. If I stay, I take a hit. So
Well, you can disengage.
That's an action, yeah.
They just
Oh.
took their hits, so it's gonna be 3 more of our turns. Well, 4 including yours.
I'll
But also, none of them have taken any damage yet.
disengage, move back 30 feet.
Okay.
Smart.
Dodge roll as it swipes over you. Take a few steps back, getting closer to Magnus and Auric. That's going to be back to the top of the round with Magnus.
The 2 that are on Saoirse haven't taken any damage yet, right?
Correct. None of the ones that
None of the
remain.
ones remaining have. I'm gonna peek around and I'm I feel like I'm too far to like grab some fire, so I'm just gonna like, scrape.
Scrape some.
Just scrape a little something
Oh, I
to
like
get
that
a
idea.
spark.
You probably have like some a
Just a little flint and tinder.
flint line on your like belt that
Yeah,
you just
just
like
like-
scrape across.
Oh yeah.
Just get some fire, ball it up, and throw it.
Hell yeah! At which one?
The one that's right in range of hitting Saoirse.
Okay,
Right in front.
go for it.
26.
That definitely hits.
Someone's doing this combat, right?
6 fire damage.
As it streaks across the dark night air, only lit by the spark winds above, and collides with that creature that is harrying Saoirse, you see as a majority of the vines burn away, and just a few of them are like reaching out, almost like this stretched out starfish of vines that's just holding the arms and legs just enough so that it could walk and swing if it needs to.
As I'm backing up, just jogging back a little bit again, I'm gonna yell out, Saoirse, smash it and get back here with us. We'll just keep backing up. We'll stay out of their reach.
Forever? For eternity?
Well, just until we kill them all. It'll just
That's not how anything works.
It'll just take a second.
All right.
You're like parrying as you're calling out.
It's almost dead. Just smash it and get back here with it.
That brings us to Saoirse.
I'm gonna come from like underneath and try to smash this thing up through the ribs
Okay.
with my
Hot.
warhammer. I know.
From balls to chin.
She is living fire.
Shit. That's only an 8.
8 misses, unfortunately. You go to strike it through the ribs, and it just awkwardly, like, you hear the crunching of the bones, actually, as the vines pull away and bring the skeleton with it, and you see the femur actually breaks as the vine kind of just wraps around and mends itself.
Can anybody make an offhand attack, or do you have to have...
You would have to have an offhand weapon.
I do.
I'll say, yeah, you can reach down and grab a dagger and do an offhand attack.
I have a light hammer
Oh, a light hammer?
on my belt.
Yeah, you can do that for sure. It'll just, you won't add your proficiency bonus to
Yeah.
the attack.
So,
And you won't add your modifier to damage.
yeah. So it would just be... Okay. I'm gonna... Because this other guy is about to be on me
Yeah.
also. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, like, pull my light hammer and just throw it at his head.
At the other one?
Yeah. Because he's about to also be here. So I want...
But you could kill the one on you.
Can I? It's only a D4.
You've
got
already
a strength
done
bonus.
It's already been hit
Oh,
by
you don't
like
get bonus.
2 things, right?
I'll try. I'll just try and like whack him right in the jaw and hope to knock it off.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just a +3. 21?
Yeah, that hits for sure. 1 point of damage.
Just in the...
No, he is still standing. Takes it to the jaw splits, and some teeth fall out.
Get back here with us, quick!
As I watch the...
Get back.
Get back here with us, quick!
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the risk
Okay.
while there's only one guy on me
Yeah.
and run back between Brody and...
I only crit when it's against my wife.
Okay, well, we'll see if I live.
It'll be alright.
You take 11 points.
Down.
So, you go to step away. As you turn around, it just right across the back of your head. You fall unconscious.
No!
You all see as Saoirse falls to the ground. That is going to bring us to Auric. At the top of the round, on your turn, Auric, you see Saoirse fall, and you clench your fists, and you feel as your, I believe, left hand,
Yes, my glove.
there's this like sensation of something filling in your hand, and you look down and you're clutching something.
I look down at it.
It's a small, little rounded vial with a neck and a cork stopped into it that has this sort of violet, fizzy fluid inside.
Do I have any idea what it is or what it would do?
Make an Arcana check as a free action.
What's with this glove?
It was just a god gave it to me or whatever.
Hands all the time.
Just some guy.
That's only a 5.
You're not sure.
Do I see it?
Make a perception check. I'll say on a 10 or higher, you notice this happening.
Just roll another one of your 19s.
I know, right?
12.
Yeah, you do notice it. You're standing right behind Arik, so, or have been at least. You're kind of like moving together.
Can I?
You can make an
figure out what it
Arcana
is?
check, yeah.
13.
13 is enough. You're familiar with these because they are a necessity to have after sparring sessions with the other magic practitioners at Vindavir University. This is a potion of healing.
Where'd you get that potion of healing?
Potion of healing? What?
Yeah, we got it.
I'm not even gonna answer. I'm gonna run up and I'm going to administer it to Saoirse and pull her head into my...
Yeah, use your
I keep
action.
going after the zombies. I want to go before the zombies. Or the skeletons,
Yeah.
whatever.
It fizzes and bubbles as you pour it in. You kind of massage the throat to force it down. Go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2.
Oh God, okay, so that's 3 on the dice, plus 2 is 5.
Saoirse, you're back up at 5 hit points. Oh.
That was a full action to administer.
Yeah, sorry.
There's no bonus action to like help her up or anything.
I'll allow it, yeah.
Okay, so I can get her standing so that way.
I'll say as a bonus action, you'd have to you can stay here and use your bonus action, and that'll make it so that when Saoirse does stand up, it won't use any of her movement on her turn.
Can I take 2 attacks from skelly zombies? Unless we can kill them before it's their turn.
You haven't taken any damage yet.
True.
Well, it's about to be their turn.
Yes, they
No, they just went.
go next.
That was a reaction.
They go after Arik. Yeah.
They might not hit. They're zombies. We'll see.
They only hit.
Because prone gives them advantage
Well, you
on
helped
the
her out.
attack, right?
Oh,
Yes.
that's true.
So I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna.
I'll say as a bonus action,
could
make
Move in front of one or something too.
as a bonus action make an athletics check, because you are very strong. But because you are trying to do this quickly, and you're like in a rush, and basically are just like, we have to get out of here. I'm gonna say the DC for this is gonna be 15 to get Saoirse up now.
I am PP.
Okay,
Athletics
so
or
if I
what?
do
Athletics check, yeah.
an athletics check to get her up and standing, then we're both still stationary here, though, right? Or do I then
Correct.
get to use the rest of my movement if I succeed?
I'll say if you succeed, you can use the remainder of your movement, which I think is 15 feet, to literally carry Saoirse away.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. I'll take that.
Would that cause an opportunity or not?
Did they use
yes.
their reaction already this turn, though?
Yeah.
In that last one?
He did.
Cool. All right. Let's do this. DC 15.
Yes.
I have a +3 to this roll.
Okay.
And we're still gonna.
Ah, fuck me. All right, that's a 12.
12. Okay.
But am I up?
I'll say 12 is enough to get you up, but
Okay.
you are both still here, so they won't have advantage on their attacks.
Worried about it.
Okay.
Do you need a safety pin?
I have one.
I
I
see.
just broke it
I see.
with my powerful bosom. It's fine
All right.
for the views.
Unfortunately, that brings us to the creatures. Also, unfortunately, Arik, you were just making a lot of noise to attract this one towards
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna roll a d20. Sam, do you want evens or odds?
No choice I make is good.
Would you prefer that McCall chooses because she's the other option?
Odds.
Odds? Okay. Odds, this third zombie is gonna go for Saoirse. Evens, it's gonna go for Arik Sovir. That's a 16. So, two of them rush up to Arik Sovir and are going to make their attacks on you. First one is a natural 1.
Beautiful.
Love to see it.
Just slink out of the way.
Second one is a dirty 20. Hits. You take 5 points of...
Interception, please.
Yeah, go for it. The
Nice.
number to beat is 5 as you use your reaction again to intercept.
Just on the die, I rolled a 6, so no damage off of that. I'm just gonna like slide around and hammer
Yeah,
in front.
you see there's a moment as this one like takes a few steps forward and there's that hesitation of seeing two targets and not knowing which one to go for, and you take advantage of that as it goes for Arik past you. You just bring the hammer up past it.
Can I just bring it like over her head and basically like hold it like a hug around her?
Yeah, absolutely. Then the third one is going to attack you, Saoirse.
Yeah, bad. Can't do nothing about that one.
Thanks, bestie.
That's only a 10, so it doesn't hit you.
Hey!
That
My
one's
strong and powerful back.
that one swings out. You just take the hit to the back and grit and bear it. That is gonna be Brody.
I see you fall down, get back up, then swarm y'all. I'm like, no, and kind of reach out, and crystalline thing of blood's going to shoot out, and there'll be an Eldritch Blast against the one on you.
Hell yeah.
I wish you wouldn't. It's just kind of gross.
A crystal.
I didn't choose this. He made it blood.
Sorry. Crystal blood blast. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll
New
on.
Powerade flavor.
It absolutely sounded like a 90s, like, juice box sort of situation.
Blood.
I had that
Yeah.
exact same visual.
What is my plus?
10% of your daily iron.
Ew, God, yeah.
18.
18 hits for sure.
Made of 2% blood and 1% juice.
That's more blood than juice.
What's the rest?
Water.
Sugar.
Undisclosed.
Yeah, corn syrup.
Ooh.
It's really thick.
Food coloring.
6 damage,
Nice. To the one on Saoirse.
which was hurt.
What does it look like when you destroy it with your crystal blood blast?
So it's like held together by vines, right? Is there like a center part of it, or
Yeah, there's sort of this it's like a thicker mass at the center where the tendrils kind of stretch out from.
yeah, I would think it hit it like go between the bones and hit it right in the center vine part, and they kind of start to like,
Yeah, they like wilt.
and it.
And yeah, the bones just scatter onto the ground.
I'm gonna move next to my brother.
You rush back, stand next to Magnus,
Boys are hiding.
kind of like sword forward.
Still the most hurt, yeah.
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 Sword forward, shoulder to shoulder. Back to the top of the round with Magnus.
I'm gonna wheel around so that I have a clearer view of the two, like a clearer shot at the two that are attacking friends that are in the fray. Noting that Saoirse is still the more injured, I'm gonna blast the one that's next to her with a firebolt. So I'll get up some sparks, engorge that flame into a bigger ball, and then fling it back.
Hell yeah.
The one in between us.
Excellent.
Not great, but it's an 11.
11 hits. No.
Nice.
I think I have to roll a 1 to miss.
Damn.
7 fire damage.
Yeah, you see as the majority of the vines burn away. At this point, most of the skeleton collapses. The legs and the pelvis, a lot of the spine collapses, the head falls off backwards, but the vine reaches out and is just basically a rib cage with arms, and it's just kind of pulling itself along the ground, holding the sword up in the air.
So like all these horrific like vine zombie images, I'm burning them into my memory so that I can sketch them later.
Yeah, for sure.
For trauma.
Well, for
For healing.
for academic purposes.
Science.
For academic trauma.
There you go.
Excellent.
That's my whole
gonna,
life.
That's going to be
Right there with you.
Saoirse.
Seeing this one ignite, I'm just gonna bring my hammer down over my head as it like crawls towards us, and try and just smash the rest of it to bits.
Yeah, go for it.
17.
Absolutely.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you crush it into the ground. I imagine there's like some stomping on the vines that are still squealing about.
Yeah, I'm just like putting out the fire, but smushing vines.
Excellent. Is that your whole turn?
Is that one still up?
No, it's dead.
Okay, I'm gonna come around to be.
Ark is just gonna like push you.
Yeah. No.
Like,
Nah, it's fine. Actually, I'll just
You
go.
can't do anything.
I'll go all the way around to the other side.
Perfect.
And flank.
Flank this last remaining guy.
Perfect.
Okay.
No, it's perfect move.
Nah, it's fine.
Ending Saoirse's turn brings us to Arixovir.
Yes, you get to hit it still.
yeah, but all I have is a dagger.
Also
And it's at full health,
So I'm wondering if like it does.
right? I don't think that one's been
this one has not been injured, no.
How much do your like giant
You can do
weird
a
limbs hit
cantrip though.
Well, so that's the thing. Like, does flanking still give you advantage on ranged spell attacks?
No.
No, not range.
Well, it's a
Well, it would-
save
it would-
anyways.
I mean, it has a shitty save for whatever you're gonna hit it with anyway. So, but this one hasn't taken any damage, so. But that's fine.
Because now I feel
still a
like I
D8
can't
before.
disengage and run away. So that's.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna do guiding bolt.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah, so the advantage from flanking will cancel out the disadvantage from using a ranged attack up close, so it'll be a straight roll.
Yeah, that's a 24.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
I think that like I went to move to shove Saoirse away, and instead she just dips around her little agile little form, sneaks out of the way, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then like in my surprise, just like this bolt of light comes down from the sky, from the Sparkwinds. Is it night? It's dark.
It is
right?
night, yeah.
Yeah, there's just like a bright, glittering green beam that comes down and blasts it.
Yeah, you can almost like see it as there's like this curl of the Sparkwinds up ahead that like brightens and then just folds down.
I think all of the stuff is just like the first time that Arik is even like casting a lot of this.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just surprise magic.
Yeah, not even aware of what you're doing.
There's like a lot of it is just connected to their emotions and their outbursts.
Yeah, I would say that all of you also recognize that as Arctic is like reaching and trying to stop Saoirse, and just before this piece of the Sparkwind comes down from the sky, you see that silver symbol of the snake with two sets of wings on the glove has this greenish glow to it as well.
I think maybe that's like the somatic component or whatever. It's just like this like grabbing of the fist. That is, that's 12 damage.
Hot damn. Radiant damage, correct?
Radiant, yes.
The Sparkwinds lick down from the sky and just, there's like this brief pillar before they, not even like evaporates, but it almost just pulls back up and drifts along and continues. And there's just a smoking crater where there once was a skeleton.
I did not see that coming.
Magnus's eyes are dinner plates,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
by the way.
like look Attic over and like do a check, like, okay, all pieces intact, good, and then sprint, like grabbing at dirt to find out what is going on with Brody.
Yeah, so you're still like also like bleeding. You've got these probably.
Yeah, but all my bones are in.
Right, you've got probably new scars from where you took hits and then they were quickly healed, and then you took hits again because you're still only at 5 hit points. Like you're at less than half of how healthy you usually are.
Yeah.
Is your blood like, does it burn with like magma?
What
Or,
does
like,
your
fire
blood
or
look like?
anything?
It's so, you know how like in a human being, any like blood that's close to the surface makes you like pinkish, and in Saoirse it's like kind of orangey reddish. All of that blood that's like seeping out is like yellow, like the fluid of a neon light.
Yeah,
Kind of
glowing,
looking.
like you broke
Like a
open a
glow
glow
stick.
stick.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Wow.
Because neon is not liquid. It's,
Yeah.
It is a noble gas.
You rush over to Brody. Go ahead and make a medicine check as calm stillness falls back over the forest. Just the kind of ever-present changing of light from the Sparkwinds overhead, and chirping of crickets and locusts. 10. Looking at Brody, you see the sword that he's holding does not appear to be attached to him. You see that there's a little bit of fresh blood from the tattoo that you've known him to have on his hand from childhood. Almost like that was bleeding. Other than that, he's taken a lot of damage as well, just from a couple of strikes.
A lot.
Yeah, very heavily injured, but it doesn't seem related to this odd bone sword. Also getting a closer look, the sword itself, less blood and more, it's like sinuous. It looks like it is made from organic material, but he's like not missing bones in his arm.
Yeah, I'm like pushing on like.
Is this like a weird Akira body horror sort of thing?
That really hurts. I really wish you'd
Sorry.
do
Oh, lay on hands, 5 points.
I'm sorry, Magnus, what do you say?
Oh, is this like a weird Akira body horror sort of look
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. And also horrific.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be slowly like stalking over, like looking very closely at the sword and like everything else that's going on.
Go ahead and make
I'll just show it to you.
make an intelligence
Can I
check.
hold it?
Or actually make an arcana check as he hands it to you.
15.
I know you well enough that
It slithers into your body.
You, you take it. It feels warm to the touch, and as you kind of like grip the hilt and feel it, it has like a pulse.
What is this?
And you hear a voice in the back of your mind that you've never heard before.
I don't like that.
You taste familiar. How do you react in this moment?
What language is it speaking, or is it just like
It's
the
speaking
language of the
common.
mind? Oh, common.
Yeah.
Language of the mind.
I don't know, like a thought, you know,
Think
that,
language.
like a nebulous sort of concept.
No, it's like physical speech.
Okay.
It just you can tell that you're here. It's like your inner monologue has been
Commandeered.
commandeered. Yeah.
There's no pilot in this brain.
I will reply, who or what are you? Where do you come from? What is? I'm just like bombarding it with questions.
Yeah, in your mind.
Yeah. Like as fast as I can think of them,
Wait, are
they're
you
just like flying out.
Saying it out loud, only in your mind. You're
Yeah.
not talking out loud.
Yeah. But you see me like staring intently at it as.
Your inner monologue, does it sound like you now, or does it sound like your old accent when you were a kid?
Ooh, good question. I think it sounds like me now, but
I was gonna say, how much of your childhood has been beaten out of you by the university?
I think in my mind I'm speaking in ancient Noxian at it.
Oh.
Because that's like what I'm thinking about most of the time, because that's like the magic language.
Yeah, you're just kind of like bombarding it with all of these questions in ancient Noxian, and its response just comes as, I've not heard that tongue in some time. Please, hand me back to your brother.
I hand it back. I'll say out loud, it wanted me to give it back to you.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Brody, make a Constitution saving throw. It's gonna be a difficulty of 15.
Did you take your 5 points of lay on hands?
No, it's gonna be a difficulty of 18 actually.
18. Okay. That's 5.
That's less than 18.
You feel this searing pain in your left thigh. It brings you down to your knees. You realize moments later that that scream you're hearing is you. Before, like looking down, your friends and brother are all probably distraught as this is happening.
This is normal. He does this all.
Reaching down, you kind of like feel at your leg where the burning sensation all down like the left side of your femur. You like reach down and feel, and there's this like protrusion. As you grab and kind of like pull, you feel something kind of snap away from your leg itself, which then the pain is gone. Because of the nature of how you are dressed, you have to kind of like reach into your pant leg to see what has just happened as you pull this long, slightly hairy leather sheath.
I don't.
Is it like?
It's like tanned leather from your flesh. But your flesh has returned to normal.
Do we need to do constitution checks to see if we barf?
That's up to you.
Holy shit, that's
You can shave it if you want. Like. But yeah, it's like darkened and it's like tanned leather, but made from your flesh.
It just occurred to me that I don't know if I was supposed to, but I wasn't making my Arcana checks at disadvantage because of intoxication.
No, that's okay.
Okay, I can't.
We'll say that you guys
If
are
the fight sobers you
Yeah,
up.
we'll say that you guys, you guys have sobered up from everything that went down. Very funny that the two of you that were tipsy are the two that didn't take any damage.
the drunken
Yeah, it's
monk.
hard to catch up.
Drunken master.
As you're all
God,
kind
it's so fucking gross.
as you're all kind of taking this in and whatever that just was, you see that
Look like a ball sack.
Oh,
it looks like a sheath. It looks like a
Ball sack
leather
texture.
sheath.
The problem is that you said hairy. You said it's
Well,
like.
yeah, because I imagine Magnus doesn't shave his legs. If you want to retcon that.
Well, I don't know how hairy your thighs are.
Yeah.
But the average person's thigh is not a very hairy place.
The average male thigh is a pretty hairy place.
I mean, pretty hairy.
yeah.
here. Yeah.
So has that been happening for a long time? Or,
Yeah.
and you're good with it? Or.
Do you know who that voice is?
Voice?
Is it the sword? Is it something else?
The sword.
It's not like something else that's like giving you this sword?
Right, something else gave me the sword, yeah.
I do have a name. Only the two of you hear this.
And what? Just in my head?
Yeah.
And you can respond now.
I'll bombard it back in my mind, like, what is it? When I'm talking to it, can he hear me also? Can Brody hear
No.
me?
And as you are like trying to send back questions mentally, make another Arcana check.
Should I make this one a disadvantage? No, you said it, we're sobered up.
Yeah, you're good.
17.
17, excellent. After you like are trying to communicate telepathically with it, you get the sense that you could only communicate with it that way when you were holding it. Now that Brody has it back, you would probably have to speak aloud for it to be able to hear you.
So, and what is your name?
Sonder. That's what my former master called me.
And who was your former master?
I'm not at liberty to say.
What if I give you a quartz piece?
That was fun, wasn't it?
Quartz for your thoughts?
Really gets the blood flowing.
I really don't know if that was fun.
Oh, come on. You're fine. Look at you. You could probably take another one if you had to.
Are you guys just talking in your brains?
They're just talking
Yeah,
out
out
loud. You guys aren't hearing the secondary voice.
Oh,
Alright, so I think they've both lost it completely.
So maybe
Can you
we
not
don't
hear
touch
this?
the blood flesh.
I don't want to, actually.
I say,
I didn't want to either.
are you guys not hearing this in your heads?
Hearing what?
Well,
Going to sheath it,
Yeah, you do so.
put it on my hip.
that thing talks, and
The meat sword talks now, okay? It wasn't weird enough.
fascinating.
It's been a long time. Remember when all the magic came back to the world?
You've had a talking sword since the magic came back to the world, and you're mentioning it now and never before.
Not really something you...
It's not
Show
something,
off.
it's not something you bring up to your friends.
It hasn't talked to me in a while.
I have about 67
been how many
questions
years?
to ask you later.
Since I was a kid?
It's been 15 years.
It's been 15 years.
You couldn't even, throughout that time, it was not your choice when it showed up.
Yeah. All I could really do was, halfway make things hidden in shadow, palm things, do things like that.
But it's spoken to you since you got the tattoo on your head.
At first,
And we just didn't discuss that as a group.
I kind of...
You forgot?
It's a really weird fucking day.
That was, yeah.
I have a lot of
It
questions
seems
about
like you'd mention it.
all of this magic that you all can seemingly do just because.
There's another low rumble.
Oh god, we gotta get.
Things are... explode.
I take that new dagger I have and I cut a sample of the vine and the bone from some of these and put it in a little bag.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the bone is easy to collect. The vine, since they stopped moving, they've shriveled quite a bit, but there is enough left that you could take a specimen.
Just for study.
You guys head off in the direction of...
Can we even take another one of these attacks? Like what?
Well, I don't.
Can I,
We,
if I use
mean,
my...
let's stay close together, and if more pop up, just remember they're slow, and we don't let them get to us. I'll hit them with fire, and if you guys have more things you can throw at them, we can do that. Just don't split up, and we'll stay away from them if they pop up.
How far away are we from my place?
About 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I need to talk to Granny Brynja. They need to be aware that this stuff is happening, and
All right, well, be
What
quick.
could take an hour, get 10 to our wounds.
I mean, I don't. If
could
this
I-
is happening here, we need to know what's happening to the people that are setting off these explosions. They might be triggering this in other parts. More people could be in danger if we wait.
How far away are the explosions?
They are distant, maybe a couple miles.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to trek through forest. You've gathered that these explosions are probably coming from the excavation site.
Right.
That's a couple of miles away from here, sort of down the cliff's edge from where you are. So if you were to go to where Gunnar took Arixavir to scope it out, you could like look down on what they're doing, but to actually get to the dig site, you would probably have to take a more roundabout path to get down to the beach first.
Can your granny cast spells like you can?
I didn't even know I could do most of that, other than helping with the healing.
I mean, we can ask. Maybe she.
You're not hurt, right?
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
How are you?
You both look rough.
It's been better.
I'm looking better since you healed me, but not-
Granny can at least help with that. I know that much.
I don't think we're in a position to help anyone right now. I would love it if people would stop setting off explosions that make
What?
horrible skeletons.
Well, let's go ask
Should we
Granny
scout it out?
if they can heal us first, and then I think we still need to go check this out. Either way.
You guys head back into the cottage. Arik, you probably kind of leave everybody in the front common area to... Granny Brynja had gone to bed.
Yeah.
What does Granny Brynja's bedroom look like?
Oh, hell yeah.
So scary.
Yeah, if you've ever seen Hell's Moving Castle and he's in his bedroom and it's just like covered in weird random trinkets and stuff, except instead of like it looking like fancy trinkets, it's all like natural, like vine-tied little poppets and hanging bones and
Like corn
Yeah,
husk
we're like
balls.
Yeah.
we're like one or two steps above like a hag's hut.
yeah.
Just like a lot of very natural, like pieces
Less
of animal.
creepy, more.
Yeah, more like naturalistic than gross. But there are still some things where you're like, once you recognize what it is, you're like, oh, mummified horse butthole. Okay.
It works away bad dreams.
Santa cat.
I should give you one when I was a kid. Gross.
Where's the Seabiscuit joke in my head right now? I'll come up with it later.
But it's all like, well taxidermied and clean. Granny
And
Brynja.
that's the important part here.
Granny Brynja's bed is less of a mattress and more of just like a pile of furs that she sleeps among. Since the change has occurred, she sleeps more kind of like curled up, almost like a dog in a bed, rather than like laying on her back.
Yeah, it happens to every woman eventually. The change.
You come in, the creaking of the door opens, and you see as her eyes kind of like blearily blink open. She's like,
Granny,
Arik, it is good to see you. Is everything all right?
oh, Granny Brynja, something's happened. I'm sorry to wake you.
You have blood on your... Is this
It's-
yours?
No, this is not mine, but my friends are hurt.
Oh.
Can you help us?
Yes, let him get my things. And she quickly stands up. Still, like, you're an adult person now, but Granny Brynja is, like, even hunched over, still is, like, large. She's bigger than you. Gets up, kind of, like, just with one hand, kind of, like, scoots her whole bed out of the way, and there's a little chest under there that she picks up and brings out. Sees all of you, and she's like, oh, dears, come, have a seat. And she pulls up a couple of like, probably just like leather bean bags.
Cool.
And opens up a chest and she begins mixing a couple of these salves and elixirs together to a nice consistency. And similar with Arik, like as she rubs them on you, it's not the salve that's doing anything, it's her abilities that are healing you. She's got enough juice to cast Cure Wounds on each of you once.
Thank you for the juice.
That's going to be 10 points of healing to Saoirse.
Ooh, I'm back up.
Nice. And 10 points of healing to Brody as well.
We
Same
don't
roll.
even have that many hit points.
Excellent.
There's a calming scent of eucalyptus.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like a eucalyptus and lavender when she mixes them together. Cold spicy.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna pull out my journal and like very quickly note everything that happened just now.
Yeah, you note everything you happen. You do sketches of these creatures and how they were ambulating the skeletons. You probably also throw in a sketch of Brody's sword.
I think the first time it appeared, it looked like a rapier, now it's a longsword.
Granny Brynja gets both of you healed up and feeling a lot better. No more open wounds. Bones are mended. Everything moves the way that it should again. There's a little bit of soreness that lingers.
I didn't even know I broke my wrist until she healed it.
What
You were
did
in
this?
shock.
Was there a saber moose this far south in the woods?
I show the sketches that I just drew of the vine skeletons.
We've been hearing the explosions. I don't know if you heard them, but
I feel them, yes. I've not seen creatures like this in our woods before.
oh, they just crawled up out of the ground.
Perhaps something is being disturbed.
Yes.
Am I familiar enough where with the mining of Kesso? Do they use explosions, or is that too volatile and they don't want to set it off, so they
No,
do it
so
quickly?
funnily enough, Kesso is incredibly volatile.
Yeah.
So much so that to use it,
wanna
like if an explosion goes off, like if a piece of Kesso that is like raw Kesso in the ground takes too hard of an impact,
Right.
Or like a spark is lit near it, that can set off a chain reaction that could level a city.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but the Kesso itself, once refined, is used in excavating stone because it makes it much faster and easier. And yeah, you'd be familiar like with various mining techniques in general, that when Kesso is used to mine, typically holes will be drilled in stone and then the Kesso is inserted and detonated from a safe distance, and that blows the rock out of like large portions that need to be cleared. That's how like tunnels are made for various like roads and getting through areas more efficiently.
But for what we know, this is a Kesso mine that's like over that direction. Right?
It's not a Kesso mine.
Oh,
It
but
is-
it is Kesso.
It's Kesso being used to excavate an ancient ruin that Magnus is here to investigate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or rather, that has something that Magnus is interested in
Yeah.
investigating.
I'm going to make off with it. Absolutely.
Or make out with it. Nerd.
I mean, both. Not necessarily in the order that we said.
You don't have any idea, Granny Brynja, what it could be that they are digging for under us?
I know of stories.
I'm gonna actually make a quick. Let's add a new roll. We added a new roll for Fang and Fur. Let's add a new one for this. We're gonna have a lore check. I think this is going to be your choice of whether it is wisdom or intelligence based. For Granny Brynja, I'm definitely gonna go wisdom.
Is this a new skill then, or
Yes.
would it be?
Yeah, this is like, because like history makes sense for the history of the world as it is recorded. Lore is, I'm viewing it more as like familiarity with the fables, sort of this line of thinking that these are stories of things that happened, though they've, been changed throughout the years by being expressly word of mouth for the most part. Lore is kind of like delving into prehistory and connecting things. So that's what Granny Brynja is rolling for. All right. That's 10.
There are a number of stories about various cities within the fables that do not correlate to cities that we would know to exist in our time. But it is well known that there are many ruins on Lokvara that are, some are out in the open. For example, the castle of Loamhaven, where the royal family resides here in Lokvara, is actually an ancient structure built long, long ago. We do not know by who or why it was built where it was, but there are many old structures here. It is possible that whoever is digging through these areas may be upsetting the spirits of those who perhaps were trapped with their belongings when they died, if they could not reach the Sparkwinds from far underground, perhaps. But this is all speculation on my part. No one knows the true history of Lokvara.
Well, what did Granny say the name of the castle was?
Castle Loamhaven, which Loamhaven is the major city that you guys are right on the outside of the walls for.
I trust the city will be safe. The Wraith Guard upon the walls, if any more of these creatures should appear near the city, should be fine. We can hole up here. We are raised off of the ground, but I will get your mother and father, and we will keep watch throughout the night to make sure nothing else arises dangerous in the vicinity.
Keep in mind that they're really slow, so if you do see them, you can probably run away from them. But they do hit really hard.
This is good to know. Yes,
Evidenced.
I will send your father. I will wake him and send him to alert the Wraith Guard of potential coming attacks. And we will hole up here for now.
Do you mind
You all?
grabbing my paw on the way?
He's in the city, right?
Your father is within the walls.
In the city? Okay.
Yeah, he should be.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, the reason that you have like hammers and stuff is because you frequently make the trip outside the walls to come visit with
Got
Arik.
You're welcome all to stay here through the night if you need some rest. I know we've got you all healed up, but I'm sure exerting yourselves was a lot.
I mean, I feel like we need to go check out the site of the excavation. It's weird that they're excavating this late into the night, though. But
It's odd.
maybe they're using the Kesso at their disposal as a weapon against things that are coming out of the ruins.
That'd be less than ideal.
Could be worth looking into. You are all very strong, capable. I will be right back.
And Granny kind of like skitters out of the room and back into her sleeping space.
Skitter.
You hear some rummaging. You hear like entire pieces of furniture being skidded across the floor for a moment before she returns with another much smaller case and walks over to you, Arik.
This belonged to your great-great-grandmother who protected the farm and the cottage from these saber moose before they were driven far from Glomshore.
And she very like reverently opens up the case, and resting inside, what type of weapon is there?
I was thinking about this. I was like, I am torn between like an axe and a mace. Like maybe the handle of it is natural and carved and really ornate, but like it's an axe, and the head of it is like some ancient ore that was carved that she found and then crafted into an axe.
I like that a lot. If you're okay with it, I like the idea that, is it like a double-sided axe?
Yeah.
I like the
fucking
idea
sick.
that there's the blades on the outside, and the top is actually the metal itself has been worked and carved to resemble the saber moose horns as well.
Nice.
Ugh, that's sick. Yeah, I like that.
In case you run into any more problems, I see no reason that we should not continue passing this down the line.
Arik's eyes just light up as they take it and just start spinning it in their hands. It's just like, it feels so natural. You'd think it would be heavy, but it's very light.
Yes.
Oh, and she kind of like pulls up there's like this very nice like velvet area that it was like fastened for it to sit very comfortably in this case. She just kind of like pops that out, and there's some leather straps underneath, and she like very much gets up in your space and like is putting it on for you. It's basically just like a little hefty leather belt that's got like a little guard that you can easily just kind of rest it at the side.
Hell yeah. Ugh, sick. Thank you, Granny.
Yes.
I will take care of it.
Good. Well, hopefully it will take care of you.
She kind of like pinches your cheek.
Would we call this a short rest, by the way?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
I would, so that I can use my arcane recovery to get a spell slot back.
You
Yeah.
also recover on.
Yeah.
What does that look
I
like?
feel like warlocks never get a chance at short rest.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, what is the sort of process or like physical, like what do we see as the physical manifestation of your magic returning to you?
So like, it's very mentally taxing to actually cast leveled spells. So like after I did like the sketches and like while, you know, y'all are doing all of this kind of stuff, I'm just kind of like sitting and meditating.
Yeah, straight up just getting stamina back.
Yeah, just like sort of re-memorizing all of the spells that I have prepared at the same time. Also just like going back through them all in my head as sort of like my meditation mantra.
Probably like bags under the eyes.
Just like deep breaths to like oxygenate my brain and my blood.
Yeah,
effectively.
there's like techniques and like a stretching routine that they teach at the school. It's like this seems to get the circulation back so that the arcana can flow through you appropriately.
Like things I learned while reading about martial arts that I don't know. That
Excellent.
I've incorporated into relaxation.
Yeah, Granny Brynja gifts the axe, which you don't have to answer right now, but does it have a name?
I think it does. I'm gonna have to think about this for a while.
Yeah,
I need
for
to
sure.
think about my great-great-granny and what she would have been like. She sounds like a badass.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can think on that for sure. she gives you this ancestral axe, which, could have been, she doesn't know the full history of it herself. It could have been crafted by someone far back in your family line, or it could have been something that they found among the ruins around Ilvermere that just came to be a family relic because of how useful it was. You all take that moment to kind of rest and get yourselves pumped back up. The alcohol flows back through you and, or rather flows through you and is filtered out.
Oh man, you have that same night hangover.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I need some water. Hydrate.
Yeah, you guys can like refill some water skins and
This
stuff
is
to
broth.
take with
It's got
you.
electrolytes.
You probably have canteens. I forgot what time period we were in for a second.
Oh yeah.
And set out from the cottage.
We should
Yeah.
probably keep a low profile, because even if there's not zombies, there's a lot of stuff out here that it'll bite you.
Yeah, you all quietly stalk through the woods and probably are pretty jumpy at most of the sounds that you hear, but Auric will occasionally chime in and let you know that, like, it's just an owl saying what's up. As a person who can speak with all of the animals that are out here, it's much easier for you to pinpoint, like, oh, that's what this is, because I can hear it talking.
I think I'll let Auric take like the lead, and I'll kind of bring up the rear. So I can
Absolutely.
keep eyes on everyone.
Yeah, probably like hammer in hand, just in case. You do not encounter any more skeletal figures or twisting vines as you make your way through. There's a couple of close encounters with some actual bears. Oh, hang on, I have a list of animals that exist in this world.
Didn't we come up with a bear?
There's a Barodalope.
Berodolopes.
Right.
Oh yeah, we also decided that there are domesticated bears in this world.
And furry tortoises. Giant.
Woolly tortoise.
Yeah, woolly turtles.
Too many furry things.
Well, I mean, we're up north, so
You're up north, yeah.
there's not going to be a lot of lizards. Maybe some freaky birds.
Fucking cringe weasel. Yeah, they only show up when you do something really cringy and they judge you.
They're magical. It's a magic trait.
They just like pop up out of a hole in the ground. Yeah, you have a couple of close encounters with some volcanic toads that are just kind of like these little charred obsidian-looking toads that whenever they croak, you can see that sort of like magma glow underneath as their skin kind of like cracks, or the cracks are revealed. They're known to spit some hot fire if you get too close, but luckily they glow in the dark.
Nice! And then the cringe weasel appears.
Keep a wide berth around those, and eventually you come to the cliffs. With the Sparkwinds overhead being perfectly reflected in the umbral sea with its inky blackness around the Isle of Lokvara, you look down and you see a beach of river stones ocean stones technically, that have just been beaten up against the cliffs so much that they're just cobbled stones that fill the area in place of sand. And down below, you see several light sources that have been set up that appear to be arcane in nature, a very telltale sign of the Vindavir University, their presence here. As you see these bright, like almost white, cool light sources that light the space around this area, where several tents are set up, and you can see several people in button-ups with very trim, clean clothing going back and forth. Some of them are pushing these barrels of stones, bringing them out and dumping them to the side, and you can see there's this large opening, almost like a crack that reaches about halfway up the cliff top, that appears to be the entrance of the excavation site. As you look down and get that glimpse of the night sky reflected on the ocean and the workers down below, that's where we're going to end this episode of the Sparkwind Chronicles. Nice.